Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weaverbirds TV. What an intro, Emma. Hey,
I'm smiling. It's quite cute, isn't it?
I'm just going to laugh my head off when that goes.
I can't help it. It was like, oh.
If you're watching our first episode of Weaverbirds TV, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I see we've got three people watching, so say hi. We may not be able to see who you are because you have to give StreamYard permission to for us to see your names. But please comment, please ask us questions. Not too personal, but hey, give it a go. You never know, we might go there. Anything is possible, isn't it, sis?
Yes, especially with you. You're quite an open book, so you'll embrace it.
Anything to help anybody else advance in their life and make life a little bit easier. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, we've got two comments here. Let me just check them out. Oh, Leo. Hey, Leo and Melissa. How you going, guys? It's good to see you on. It's good to see you on. Okay, Emma, let's get started here. So today we're going to be talking about lots of things, but mainly we're going to talk about this community that we are building. So we want to talk about, the power of community, but because obviously our name is Weaver, and by nature we create communities, but we've been doing it all of our lives and we haven't really known it. But do you want to share a little bit about you and what you do and how you are passionate about it?
So, I work in mental health. I've worked in mental health for over 22 years. I have three beautiful children. I'm also a best-selling author, woohoo, and a TEDx speaker as well, which is pretty cool as well. And also part of a female empowerment community that was launched last night. That was quite exciting, to be fair. Um, so busy, busy. I also own an organization called Mental Wealth International. So you can kind of see there's a flow going through there in terms of working with people with mental health issues and now trying to create a mental wealth mindset through building different communities and that as well. And it's only in later years then really I've begun to think about, and it was a conversation I had with Pete, the fire in my belly. And it really is to support and encourage and empower people to use their voice, not find their voice. We all have a voice, to use it, to lean in, show up for yourself and use your voice. So that's why this is so important. That's why I think this is going to be brilliant, sis, in terms of, as you say, this is what Weaverbirds actually do. They build communities. And what a find that was that day that we discovered when we Googled Weaverbirds. We were like, that's actually what it means. And that's what we're trying to do here. So it's amazing. It all fits.
Wasn't it whenever we were talking about this 18 months ago, we were talking about
At least,
Weaver
yeah.
planted the seed, all of these things started to happen. And then we decided we were supposed to do this at the end of 2021. And we're like, we're going to bring this forward. We're going to start 2021 with this and just build it up over the year and have these amazing conversations with people. And we're going to share a little bit about what we have planned. And we hope you get excited about it. It's just going to be so, so cool. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Karen Weaver, or I may be known to you more as Karen McDermott, which is my married name. But for the purposes of staying all Weaver birds, I am Karen Weaver on this show. That's what you'll hear.
You've come back to Weaver.
Also my author name, and I'm writing a lot this year, and I have a lot of books coming out this year, so it's kind of apt that I embrace the Weaver this year. But I am one of those people, Emma, that never knew what they wanted to do in life. Never knew I never had experienced what I really wanted to do in life. And it was when I moved to Australia 13 years ago this year. Can you believe it?
Yes,
When
I
I
can.
landed when I landed here, it's as if something shifted in me, and I found the power of story, and since then, and I've just been on this epic journey and mission now to help stories be told, because stories connect, stories educate, stories help us heal, stories, with a child sitting in your lap and reading them a story, that's a beautiful connection. So they give memories as well. So, when you read a story or even listen to a story at the perfect time in your life, it'll shift you. It'll help you. grow in some way. So I just adore the power of the written word, but also, the vocal word that we're doing
Yeah,
here today. So it's all fun.
totally.
It's all fun. So, yeah, let's talk about what we're going to be doing at Weaverbirds and what people can expect from us. Do you want to kick it off, Sis?
Well, people can expect fun conversations as always with us, and anything is liable to be said, and we won't shy away from topics and issues that really need to be brought forward. And you might hear a few wee things about us throughout our childhood as well that maybe people didn't know, but that's all part of it. That's all part of building the connection. We are also going to launch our Weaverbirds inspiration cards, which we're
Yes.
very, very excited about. And this is something that you and I have personally done. We've sat and chosen them together. Beautiful cards with Weaverbirds on the back and gorgeous pictures, just really that are going very striking. I'm quite excited about them. I think they're I love things like that anyway, and I think other people are going to really enjoy them as well. Um, as you said, we're going to build community, and we're also going to launch Weaverbird Awards, which is pretty cool. That is something special, isn't it, sis?
Oh, it's going to be so much fun because, awards get you visible, awards get you noticed, and we want to be awarding people in our global community that will be doing amazing things. So, watch this space. Weaverbirds.com will be launching soon, and all the details will be on there. But the inspiration cards that me and Emma are just so
Yeah.
excited about, and they
Yeah.
came together pretty fast. And it was just this idea, and I was like, okay, let's write down 52 affirmations. That you can pull out of a deck with a beautiful image behind it and pull it out and say, okay, that's the essence of my day.
Yeah.
It's a powerful thing whenever, gain the power of words.
Absolutely. And I think people will find synchronicity in that as well. Whenever you pull out a card, you'd be like, oh my goodness, that's so relevant, and really embrace it and take it on and take it as I suppose, as the affirmation or the inspiration that it's meant to be. They really are powerful cards. And I'm not just saying that because we thought of all the affirmations on it. I genuinely love things like that. I think they're very yeah, they're very now as well.
Oh, they are, but they're very positive, I have to admit. You're
Yeah.
not going to find any negative cards in there, okay?
No.
We're not going it's going to be, capture the essence of your being, things like that. But yeah, they're,
Yeah.
they're really beautiful and we love how they've come together. So it won't be long before we have some decks. And so next month, you'll probably be able to order them. And we've got Leanne joined us. Hey, Leanne, nice to see you. Sean Lynch, how you going, Sean? Yvonne Pallas, wow, goodness, it's been
Oh my
many moons
goodness.
since seeing you. And Sinead, our good friend Sinead, we'll have to get Sinead on the show.
Should be good fun. That'll be
We'll
good
have
times.
to, yeah, we'll have to maybe have a warning on that day.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all about embracing the community as well. Again, giving people a voice, getting a chance to kind of get their thoughts and their ways out there as well, in a nice, safe environment, with us, and just have chats about it.
Yeah, and we are going to be doing sisters interviewing sisters, and we've got some really interesting, wonderful, and really inspiring. I'm very excited about some of the sisters that we have lined up to come in onto the show, and of course, because we have so many female friends who are going to be amazing guests, but don't have sisters to come on the show. We're going to adopt them. And it's going to be Adopt a Sister show. So we're going to do that at least once a month.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a weekly show. We're going to have a theme. You're going to get our insights into it. So let me just share with you what our theme is today: prioritizing happiness.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel, everyone who's watching? Because what do you think about it whenever you are asked to prioritize your happiness? And Emma, let us talk about it first.
Yeah. And happiness, it means different things to different people. So I suppose what I would see as being what would make me happy might not necessarily make you or other people happy. And I suppose I talk about this another time as well. We can choose happy. We can actually choose to be happy. And I'm not saying it's easy, because when different things happen to you and you're not feeling really happy about it, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, we can choose to be happy. We can choose to change situations and thoughts around and go within and it takes practice, it takes a mindset, but it's definitely doable. And sometimes I was giggling to myself earlier on when I was thinking we were going to be talking about this. Things that make you happy aren't always good for you. Do you know, like chocolate makes me quite happy, but I counteract that and I will do exercise that might not necessarily make me feel that overly happy when I have to do it. But, you know, different things make people happy, and it is all to do with the endorphins in your brain. It's all about mindfully doing things that make you happy. And it's equally as important to recognize what doesn't make you happy. So, what makes you happy, choose more of that, and recognize when you're doing something, if it doesn't make you feel that good, just don't do. Just, you know, shy away from things like that. Situations, people, you know, whatever it is, you know, just be mindful and guide yourself and choose happiness. And torn situations, I done a mindfulness meditation. It was actually on emotional intelligence with Olive. She's a lovely lady that I know, and that's what we were actually doing. We took a thought that, or a feeling that we had felt that day that didn't really make us feel that happy, or it wasn't that good, and through the half an hour then we mindfully tried to switch our brain to think of it, to change that feeling into a nicer one or a better one or a happy one. So it takes time, but you can choose happiness. You could work really hard within yourself and turn it around, you know.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. And like I choose happiness every day, even
You do.
sickeningly so, because I prioritize it very, very highly. It's a high vibrational frequency. I want to share with you, and we have a special guest, Chloe. Hello, Chloe.
Oh
It's
my
lovely.
goodness. She's so
And
lovely.
Melissa wants us to adopt her. For sure,
Oh,
Melissa.
absolutely.
Uh,
That's it. That's certain.
so from a point of view of prioritizing happiness, I think that for me, I value happiness very, very highly. I also value other people's happiness
Yeah.
very highly, and I probably take that on board too much because there are people who are very happy being unhappy in the world I've come to you know acknowledge in my life. But for me, I like to be happy, and I know it comes from how we grew up because I always remember mum having talks with mum whenever things going, she'd go, whenever you're happy, once you're happy, whatever, you know, there's never a solution, was just do whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
And that was always said to us. It was for me, it's just was one of the greatest gifts was do whatever makes you happy. And so I always prioritized happiness. Um, but then, you know, there's obviously I am human, just like you're human, and we just have those days where you know you feel unsettled, maybe something's shifting around you. You feel unsettled, you're not going to feel the greatest
That's
those
it.
days. But on those days, what I do is I just switch off from everything and I go to my happy place, my physical happy place, which is the beach or just hanging out with my kids. I remove myself from anything that may weigh me down that day
Yeah.
and I prioritize my happiness and you know and then it's just a matter of you know a few hours and then I feel realigned and you know so and it's not selfish. Happiness is not selfish because whenever you prioritize your own happiness, you live at a higher vibration, you're able to give the best of yourself to others. And that is a very important thing that we need to do. And there's too many people running around empty and sacrificing too much of themselves. You know, too many good people
Yeah.
are running around and empty and sacrificing most of themselves and not filling their cup and prioritizing that. And for me, that's just such a shame because how are they supposed to keep giving? They're going to end up burned out. So to be able to be our best versions of ourselves and put that out into the world, we need to prioritize ourselves and our own happiness.
I
Yes,
totally agree. I think sometimes as women and also as parents, to those that are parents, sometimes is that like mom guilt, you know, kind of sets in and you be like, oh gosh, I can't take that hour, I should be at home. Whereas that hour can reset you and make you a better person whenever you come home to be with your family or go into work or whatever it is that you're doing, just taking that time out. And you're right when you said, I think, you know, happiness, which equals joy or vice versa, raises your vibration. So it just attracts more. So the more, and look, we can't be happy all of the time. It's just, it's not going to happen. But if you try to choose it to be most of the time, and if you can find or giggle about certain situations that have the potential to make you feel unhappy, well, you've won. If you're able to find happiness or a bit of joy or lightheartedness about different situations, well, then you're winning on that day or in that situation in terms of trying to fire up that happiness and feel that joyful feeling that just attracts more, doesn't it? It's kind of like for like. So the more happier and joyful you're feeling, the more is going to come. You attract it.
Cost you the world either. Happiness really doesn't come from materialistic things. It comes from experiences. It comes from the feeling that you have whenever you do things. Like, for example, people are getting an insight into our mornings. When my morning, your nighttime, because we catch up like this every single
This is
day
what we'd
nearly.
be at.
You are getting an insight into our lives because we jump on and have conversations. When I wake up in the morning and Emma's read before Emma goes to bed. I'm like, tomorrow's looking wonderful.
It's good fun, like it is. But that's right. And like that makes us happy. Like it sets me up now. I'll be in good old form tomorrow, knowing that we've connected and we just bounce well of each other. And hopefully then your day and you'll feel the connection. Just find what makes you happy because you know some people that would appear to have everything and people are saying you think and they're not in the best form and people be like look what everything you've got whatever, but you just need to find what makes you happy, not what other people perceive should make you happy. It really is very individual as a real personal thing, but recognize the feeling, recognize when you're feeling happy, oh, I need to do more of that.
Yeah, you got that totally right. Because you know what? In society, in different cultures, it's deemed that certain things are supposed to make you happy. But
Yeah,
not a one size fits all, is it?
that's
It's like, right, okay, you know, that makes you happy, and I'm so happy for you
for
that
you.
that doesn't do it for me. So you really need to know what it is that lights your fire, what is your passion. And Melissa says happiness is very individual. It
Yeah.
absolutely is. I agree with you 100%, Melissa.
And I
Absolutely.
think, as you grow older, and I hate even saying that, but as you grow older, you find your own happiness or a different kind of happiness, or, you know, just learn a wee
Are
bit
you,
more
are you
about
going to
yourself.
say the dreaded contentment word, Emma? Don't say it.
No, I don't. That wouldn't even enter my head. Oh my goodness. I just mean when you get older, you begin to realize a wee bit more about what makes you happy, and you're not necessarily too concerned about what other people think when you're on your journey or when you're keeping yourself happy. Not content. We're not there yet. But your happiness then, as you say, we prioritize it a wee bit more. So long as everybody around you is okay and they're doing all right, I think it's all right to do bits for you should do it all your life, but as time goes on, and it doesn't have to be the norm or doesn't have to even be what everybody expects of you. It just has to be what makes you feel happy.
Absolutely. And it's our job to ensure that we keep ourselves happy. We can't rely on somebody else to make us happy.
No.
Because then you go into the whole thing of expectation. And then,
And then you're in
how
trouble.
can anybody ever? That's another thing. We'll talk about
Yeah,
expectation and another thing. But, you can't lean on stuff. It's up to us to make ourselves happy, but for others, because
yeah,
when we are happy, then everyone benefits around us. So, those who love us will want to see us happy. I
that's right.
genuinely believe. Anyway,
Yeah. And
is
that's why we need more of it. And it's okay to be happy. And again, it's about finding your happiness and go, so long as you're not hurting anybody else or annoying anybody else or anything like that, if you're able to find your flow, keep it. Always
yeah,
keep it.
that's why it's funny because what makes me happy, and I live my beautiful life by design, and but my life, if you look at it, I've got three businesses, I've got six children. Yes, I live in a beautiful place in Australia, but really and truly, the mechanics of my life is very busy and very, and I do have, nice, I do grab little magical moments and stuff like that. But it's all go. That could be a nightmare to someone else. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm living my dream. Put somebody else in my shoes. They could be. This is a nightmare.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's all about perspective and what works for you, really.
Yeah, it's a feeling. It's how it makes you feel. So you just have to go with that, don't you really?
We go on the life magic. Prioritize happiness, and it's just one of those life things that happens,
Yeah.
and then it becomes an adventure because you've got that sorted. so you can just get on with doing what it is that you're
Yeah.
passionate about and whatever. And we
And
all
you
have to
attract
work.
more. Yeah, you attract more just naturally. That's how it works. The energy. You're on that energy.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. Like, keep it.
it is. So we're looking for themes, guys, that you want us to talk about. Okay, so I'm just going to go here to So pop in the chat what you want us to talk about, and keep it clean, please.
It could be anything.
Be amazing. But yeah, we want to what themes you want us to talk about, because we're over time, sis. We're trying to keep these to 20 minutes, but we know that once we get talking, we will over, especially when we get guests in. Can you imagine?
Yes, it's going to be fun. Yes, absolutely.
So we hope that you've really enjoyed our first episode of Weaverbirds TV. There we're going to be one every Friday for me, Thursday for you guys in the UK at this time. So bear with us as we, put the production together, make it all happen. But thank you so much to everyone who's joined us live.
Yay.
Sinead says, listening to you two makes me very happy right now. There we
Oh.
go, world. We are so happy. Melissa says, this is fun. Thank you, thank you. Ladies, thank you for joining us. We are so delighted. So, guys, yes, come and join us. You'll get a notification on the page. Watch out for our website launching. Obviously, we'll have a show where we celebrate and we share all the mechanics of it. And yeah, this is going to be a fun part of 2021, isn't it, sis? Come join us
Yeah,
on the journey.
definitely. Absolutely. Come on, it's fun.
All right, bye, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.